rains is always fun, but we need to be careful while stepping on the ground. There are numerous slow-moving creatures with beautiful shells that we find walking along. Stepping on these can damage the organism and even kill it. But what exactly are these creatures? And why do they come out of their homes during rains? These are snails. Now look at this organism. We all know it's an octopus. Now what if I say that this snail and this octopus are both related? Astonishing, right? But trust me, they are. They both belong to the single phylum Mollusca. Let's look at this phylum in detail. The name Mollusca indicates the presence of extremely soft-skinned animals. These animals have a very soft and slimy skin and usually a hard shell to protect it. But we haven't seen any octopus with a shell. To know the difference, we first need to know that there are 9 major classes in the phylum. However, we will focus mainly on 3. These include the gastropods, the bivalves, and the cephalopods. Snails and slugs are included in the category of the gastropods. These organisms have the simplest body structure with soft and unsegmented skin. Their body is divided into 3 parts: the head, the foot, and the visceral mass. The head region has a mouth and contains the ganglia, which are analogous to the brain in other animals. The head region also bears a pair of eyes and a pair of antennae. The foot region is made up of thick mass, which helps the organism glide on any surface. Now, what's this visceral mass made up of? It has all the visceral or important organs inside it. The digestive system, the excretory system, and even the respiratory system are all contained inside this visceral mass. The digestive system consists of a proper mouth, well-developed stomach, and ends at the anus. This system is aided by other less developed organs like the liver. The circulatory system is usually open and consists of a heart enclosed in the small coelom. And what about the excretory system? Well, gastropods have small kidneys that help in excreting the nitrogenous waste out of the body. Sexes in gastropods are also separate. The gonads are usually located at the lower end near the foot region. Now, the most important thing is the shell. Since the body of these organisms is very soft and the crucial organs are all packed in their visceral mass, it's usually covered with a protective layer, and that is its shell. But how is the shell formed? The layer above the visceral mass and below the shell is called the mantle. It is this layer of mantle that helps in secreting the shell above it. Most of the gastropods are terrestrial in habitat. The most common examples of gastropods include the snails, slugs, conch, sea hares, and many others. Similar to gastropods, the bivalves also have a hard outer covering around their body. As the name suggests, bi means 2, and valves here mean leaves of a door. So as we can see here, these organisms have a structure that acts like a box, enclosing the animal body within it. So unlike the gastropods, here the protective covering covers the complete body of the organism. Bivalves are usually marine in habitat. Most common examples of bivalves include oysters of all types, clams, and mussels. Lastly, we have the cephalopods. The best examples to study this includes the octopus and the squid. A mere glance at them tells us their features. The name derives from Greek origin meaning head feet. That is because these arms, for example, in an octopus, are connected to the nervous system directly and act as an independent unit for performing various functions. Cephalopods are also marine in habitat. This was in general about the second largest phylum, that is the Mollusca. Now let's move ahead and talk about the last phylum from our list of invertebrates, which is the Echinodermata. The name Echinoderms arises from 2 ancient Greek terms, echinos, means hedgehog, or simply spiny, and derma, which means skin. usually marine in habitat. Only a few, like the starfish, seldom come up to the shores. Others, like the sea urchin and the brittle star, are found at the depth of the ocean. The body of echinoderms is triploblastic and coelomate. That is, it originates from 3 embryonic layers and has a true coelom. Echinoderms usually have a radial symmetry in their adult stages, although some may exhibit bilateral symmetry in their larval forms. Echinoderms have a well-developed digestive system. For example, the carnivores like the starfish have a fully developed digestive system that begins with the mouth and ends at the anus. An interesting feature seen in some echinoderms like the sea urchins is the presence of the Aristotle's lantern around the mouth. What is this now? In simple words, it's a circularly arranged dental complex which has structures that can scrape out substances. For example, most sea urchins scrape out algae from the surfaces of the rocks. That is added by a dental apparatus. In some, the Aristotle's lantern can even have a venomous activity. The digestive system may have a proper esophagus, stomach, intestine, rectum, and an anus at the end. In some exceptional cases, the organisms can also have a cardiac stomach, a part that can come out of the body, digest food, and then get back in. But this is not the case with the excretory system. The excretory system in echinoderms is not well developed. In fact, the nitrogenous wastes are diffused through the respiratory system in most of the cases. The circulatory system in echinoderms is quite interesting. They usually have 2 specialized circulatory systems. One is the hemocirculatory system, and the second is the water-vascular system. The hemocirculatory system contains cells involved in circulation and which bring about transport of food, nutrients, and gases throughout the body. The water-vascular system, on the other hand, is a specialized system found in echinoderms which helps in the movement and the locomotion of the animal and even the transportation of food and other substances in the body. Now, can you guess what type of nervous system does the phylum have? Echinoderms have a radial nervous system. A typical brain is absent in these animals, but most of them have ganglia to take over. The ring-like ganglia are present surrounding the mouth, and the nerves extend to each arm, regulating functions as and when needed. Are separate. Fertilization occurs externally as sperms and eggs are released in water in coordination. However, research suggests that a few exceptional species exhibit internal fertilization as well. Lastly, let's all discuss an exceptionally amazing property of echinoderms. Let's say we take the starfish as an example. If one of its arms gets amputated accidentally, then it can grow that arm again. That's right, echinoderms show an exceptional property of regeneration. This helps them regrow their lost body parts easily. With this, we are done with all the non-chordates from our list.